Hello guys, hello, hello. So guys, in 3 minutes we will start the interview. I hope everybody is doing well. Est-ce que c'est possible si je fais... Voilà. Hello guys, hello. I know you've been waiting for this interview. I'm so excited to have Nathan Chen, guys. We're so lucky today. We're so lucky. So I hope everybody's doing well at home. Everybody, I know it's quarantine. This situation is not the best, but that's why we give you love today. We give you inspiration, and I'm so happy to see that a lot of people are starting to watch this. So guys, it's gonna be a beautiful interview. I'm so happy one more time to have Nathan Chen as a guest. And yeah, this is the first guest, guys. I'm very, very happy to start this interview. We're gonna have a lot of big names of figure skating, and yeah, I hope you will enjoy this. A lot of people already here. So I know there is people from Japan, from US, from France, from Hungary. I can see few of my skaters from all around the world for this big, big star, big champion, Nathan Chen. Guys, are you excited? Are you excited? We're gonna ask a lot of questions to him today. We're gonna try to learn about him more and more, and my job is just to show you guys how great he is. Like this figure skating champ, wow, amazing sportsman. And you know, it looks easy when we saw all the skater on ice in competition. It looks easy, but the life, the schedule, the sacrifices, and we're gonna talk about everything about this. We're gonna talk. So guys, this is six. This is six, and we're gonna receive Nathan Chen today live. You can ask your question in the feed, guys, and we're gonna spend the time together talking about figure skating, career, life, goals, everything. I'm so happy to have you guys here. All right, let's see if Nathan is around. Okay, Nathan is alright, guys. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that? Guys, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for that. Nathan is coming.
What's up,
Oh
dude?
yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you, Nathan? So happy
I'm
to
good,
have
good. How are
you.
you?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Thank you. First of all, I really want to thank you to take time for this,
Of
because
course, man. Yeah, no, anything
you
for you.
know, as I said, I got this idea before to give something to people interesting about, not only, okay, we compete, and to know a bit more about you, about different skater. We will see next time. But yeah, thank you. You're my first guest, two-time world
Dude,
champion, man.
I'm honored, man. I'm honored. Yeah, thank you for doing this. This is really nice. Yeah, I really like this concept. It's great to stay connected. So thanks for
hmm
doing this, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about your career for sure. It's amazing. It's been like 3 4 years. You're killing the game. You improve a lot. You put like quads and quads. So we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna try to talk also your vision of figure skating, your
Hmm.
program, your idea, how you create and everything. So lot of things. But first of all, tell me if I'm wrong. We're gonna do a little presentation of you. Okay.
Okay.
I know a lot of people know this, but we're gonna start with this. So you're 20 years old, but
Yep.
in today's, right,
Yep.
you turn 21.
Yeah, yeah.
So second part, you born in Salt Lake City, right?
Correct. Yeah. Born in Salt Lake
Okay,
City, Utah.
okay. And now you live in California?
Yep. Correct.
Okay,
Lake
okay.
Forest. Yeah.
All right.
So your parents are working medical world?
My dad is working. He has a career. He had a career in medical, but he does like pharmaceutics and more research now.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay. And does it push you to, I mean, we're gonna talk also about this school
of course.
and Yale, but is it
Mhm.
like it's because your parents are in this world that you decide to do medicine or?
Partially, yeah. I think just growing up, talking about stuff like that at the dinner table has helped me sort of like realize like, oh, this is pretty interesting. This is something that like I would like to do myself. And part of it is also just like spending time in school, learning about different concepts, different fields of academics, and like learning that the science sort of aspect is the most interesting to me.
Mhm.
So that's sort of why I want to try. And then once I get to there, if I see I like it, I'll continue. If not, then I'll change it.
Yeah, but that's a big choice. We will talk about this also later.
Of course.
So for sure, I cannot avoid this two-time world champion. Do
Yep.
you, I mean, I'm not gonna ask how you feel, but do you realize that it's big? I know you want more, but it's
Mm.
already a big thing, two-time world champion. So what do you think about this?
I mean, I'm super excited and just thrilled that I was able to do that. Yeah, I mean, it's like, of course, I like want to continue looking forward. I don't want to look backwards, but I'm really proud of what I've done. If I
Hmm.
had to, I mean, God forbid, but if I had to quit today, I'd be pretty proud of my career. So,
Oh yeah.
I'm happy with everything.
Oh yeah. All right. You're also the first skater with six squad in one program.
Yep.
I'm not, yeah.
Yep.
That's also
Yep.
big. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really that because now when we talk about figure skating, even if I show to my friends or my family, and for example, they will watch you, they will see six squad, but they will not directly understand that it's so big. It's like
Yeah.
crazy thing. Like they used to see even when I was skating. Okay, we was
Yeah.
fighting with even five triple and maybe one two
Yeah.
quad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now it's like on the program is like only with quad. So
Yeah.
is it because you've been through all these years, like growing up with triple, with squads and everything? How
Right.
big it was to put like this six squad in one program?
It was tough. I mean, it took me like a couple of years to just train into like being able to do that. Like when I did it in competition, it wasn't the first time that I tried it. I tried it many times in practice
For
before
sure.
then. It took me a while because after like the third quad, you're pretty gassed. Like you're so tired, and it's hard to motivate yourself to continue pushing through the
Hmm.
pain, sort of. So, it took me some time to get through that, but I mean, once you're in the competition, and I'm sure you kind of just like forget about it. And you're like, screw it, let me do it. So
Definitely. Yeah.
that definitely helped. I don't think I ever really did it successfully in practice, six quads. I've like never really done it complete. I've always made a mistake here, stepped out of this, popped this, or fell on this or whatever.
Hmm.
So it was kind of like a last minute decision to just throw it in at the end, but I'm happy that I tried it.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, also we will talk about this after, but there
Yeah,
is this vision of this six squad,
yeah,
or five, or even four, or three. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But plus the fact that you bring something else to figure skating. You don't propose only, okay, I have my music, even I don't like, I like whatever.
right,
You're really careful about choosing like you do a creation. You're trying to do masterpiece. I mean, in my opinion. And
definitely.
we can really see the difference between, okay, people who will manage quads, it's already big. I can see people who are doing
Right.
three, four quads. I cannot even imagine how big it is. But plus, like for you, how you manage to control this part of artistic, this part of
Right.
even spin, even like contact with public, how you do this.
Uh-huh. I mean, honestly, it's mostly from watching skaters like you from the past. I remember I trained with you for like a very short time when we were in Jersey
Hmm.
together.
Hmm.
And I was like, dang, this
Exactly.
guy's a performer. Like every time he does this program, he performs. Your footworks are crazy. Of course, like with Nikolai's creations, they're just like so powerful, so insane. They're just so cool to watch. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I want to be able
Thank
to
you.
do something like that too, where it's not just like I'm doing these jumps and I do some pretty skating. Like I still want to be able to perform and like have fun with the program too. And I definitely like I saw that when you were performing, so it was something that I wanted to try to carry on for myself.
Hmm. Yeah, you do it
Yeah.
amazingly. That's why, I mean, for sure, I have to do this interview. I have to be kind of professional, but really, I want to say again, thank you, because I have big respect for you, because you really push in my opinion, one more time, you push the figure skating world into the thing I love. Like public, when they will go, I mean, I always
Mhm.
say this in my mind: when people pay tickets, okay, they want to see jumps, for sure, but they want to be like cheering. And like I did this promotion that we will receive Nathan Chen, and a lot of I have few friends telling me, oh, I remember that one. I was up to my chair when I see him. It's not only, wow, he did six squat, bravo. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like they remember for
Yeah.
our life. So
Thanks, bro.
yeah,
That
yeah,
means a
bravo,
lot.
Nathan. So you also have the world record of free skate plus the
Yep.
total score. Do you
Uh-huh.
know exact the score, or
I
you
don't
want me
remember the
to?
exact
You don't
score.
know? So for the free skate, because
Yeah.
I did my job, this is
Uh-huh.
224,9.2,
Okay.
and the total it's 335.30. So
It's pretty nuts. That's a super high score.
that's a super
I
high.
would never have expected I would achieve a score that high, but here we are.
Actually, how you feel in the kiss and cry when you get this kind of score?
I mean, it's interesting because it's like you don't expect to have a score. Of course, you're going because you want to win, but like I
Hmm.
never expected that to have that high of a score. So it's pretty surprising, honestly. And I don't know how I feel about it. It's just like I'm happy. Of course, I'm thrilled. Like I felt like I deserved. I put a lot of work in every day to get to where I am. But at the same time, it's like these other guys are also putting in a lot of good work, and the score's not really there. So it just it's like a bittersweet kind of feeling, but it's cool.
Uh-huh.
I'm proud that I'm able to do that, and I'm still gonna continue trying to push that forward.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So also since 2017, you win everything, okay, except Olympics, but everything, Worlds, final, Grand
Yeah,
Prix.
yeah,
So we will talk about Olympics. I want to have your
mhm,
opinion for sure.
of
It's
course,
in a way it have to be amazing because you won the free skate. In another
of
way, I'm sure you improve a lot from this experience.
course.
Um, yeah, there is this school also. What you can tell us about this Yale school?
Hmm. Yeah, Yale's sick. I mean, I love being there. I've been learning a lot, so it's really nice to have something that's like I'm able to completely not focus on skating, and completely do something else that I know is not related at all to skating. Because whenever we're in the midst of training, it's like, okay, we go to the gym, okay, then we
Hmm.
go
Hmm.
maybe,
Hmm.
talk to the coach or like watch
Exactly.
videos, but it's all skating, 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 skating. So it's nice to be able to do something that like I have to spend a lot of my time and energy into that's not skating related at all. And especially now, like, you know, school is getting pretty challenging, so that means that I have to almost make school the priority and make
Yeah.
skating secondary. So I think it almost helps
Oh.
me respect skating a little bit more and be like I enjoy, like, usually when I'm like in the midst of training every single day, I'm kind of like, after a little bit of time, I'm like, okay, like we've been training so much, like I kind of need a break. But now it's like every time that I'm training, it's like a little bit of a break from school. So it
Hmm.
feels really nice to have something that's like very refreshing.
All right. So in your opinion, you put school first and figure
I
skating
think,
second, or you
yeah,
try
I
to
would.
put both together? You know what I mean?
I try as much as I can to put two together as both important, but when it comes down to it, I feel as though the grades that I get at school are going to impact my future life a lot more than
Exact,
skating.
exact. That's
Like
really important. Yeah.
even if I win the Olympics, like so what? Like after that, I have nothing afterwards. So I have to still have something that continues. So I feel like with skating, of course, as much as I can, continue trying to
Hmm.
improve and
Hmm.
get to that goal. And of course, when it gets closer to the games, my focus might switch more to skating. Um, but like when I'm at school, it's like, okay, this is for my future, not for a very short period of
Yeah,
time.
you create already your future. Yeah, bravo. This is really important, and that's why now as a coach, we need also to, when we teach skater and everything, they have to understand that there is not only, okay, there is this figure skating now, this time you have to train, you have to work hard, but for sure you have to be totally, how to say, you have to be open mind, that
Yeah,
after you have to create the best for after, because after you
yeah,
can be, I mean, I saw a lot of people totally lost after that.
yeah, of course.
So that's important that you're saying this. What else? Yeah, last question about this.
Mhm.
Like now, do you realize all those past year, we're gonna talk about your career also, but all this result, this record that I'm telling you, okay, you're doing in one of the best university in the world, you're two-time world champion, record, quad king. Do you realize how you feel about this? Like when you're at home, laying on your bed, you know what I mean, alone, how you feel?
I mean, nothing's changed. I'm still Nathan.
Hmm.
I've just like I'm proud of all the stuff that I've done. I've definitely improved a lot as a skater, as a person. But at the end of the day, I'm just a kid. I have brothers, I have sisters, I have a family. They love me. They
Amazing.
take care of
Hmm.
me. I have friends, family. I have friends that I love as well, and we spend time together as friends, as people,
Yeah.
as nothing out of the ordinary. So You know,
Amazing. Yes.
all the stuff is great, but I think at the end of the day, I am still who I am. So
Super, super. Yeah. So you really have the time to see still your friends, to
yeah.
practice, to do your school, to you totally okay with this schedule now?
Yeah, of course. And as you know, like sometimes when you're with Roman, like I'll FaceTime him and like see how he's
Mm-hmm.
doing. So, you know, I try to make sure that I still find time to talk to my friends and stay connected.
Super, super. Okay. Okay, so Nathan, now let's talk now maybe about today. We are in a difficult situation for everybody with this quarantine, a lot of people
Mhm.
sick.
Of course.
So how is the situation in USA now?
It's still, I mean, it's some places are worse, some places are better. I think in some places our total death rate is like decreasing, but that's still fluctuating. Of course, you can't really determine it by a couple of days. You have to look over a period of time. So, still at the end of the day, it's safer to be staying home and quarantined. I know in California they just closed all the Orange County beaches because too many people were
Hmm.
going to them. But a lot
Yeah,
of people are trying to protest and trying to, you know, end the lockdown earlier, just because they feel as though they've been too restricted at home and their freedoms have sort of been taken away. But
hmm.
I think as like a global health sort of crisis, it's still better to just take it safer and not and try
Definitely.
to prevent the spread as much as we
Yeah,
can.
yeah. So all the rings. Well, let's talk okay about figure skating because that's how like interest us. Your ice rink is closed,
Yes, yeah, my
so
ring is closed.
you cannot practice, right?
Mm-mm. No,
So
it's sad.
how you manage this? Do you have for sure you should have like a special program or like how you manage this?
Mhm. I think the first thing to note is that right now it's currently in May. So of course, in a regular season, we
Hmm.
just finished in April. So it's
Exactly.
not necessary to go crazy and like start doing anything super new. So for like all the skaters that are watching, like don't freak out right now. We still have time before we're able to get back into things. And anyway, in this period of time, it's best to just recover and get yourself fresh and ready for the next season. So that's number one. And two, it's like then of course like even though it's a little bit earlier, we still would be spending time on the ice and still doing like light exercises and things just to keep our bodies going. So find exercises, find time to just stay active. It doesn't necessarily have to. I don't think it necessarily has to be so skating related. Like you can go and hike, you can go and bike,
Exact.
you
You
can
can
do other
manage some
things.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Hmm.
stay active, like find new hobbies, just do things that you find interesting. So I think
Hmm.
that's like the best idea for right now. And of course, as this continues, who knows how long this will last for? If it's for another couple months, then you
Hmm.
maybe need to do more real training, like go to, figure out some way to maybe buy some like dumbbells or weights or a weighted vest or something, do plyos, do like, squats or whatever, just to get a
Yeah.
little bit stronger.
Because like
But
you usually like how many practice a day you have like of ice and ice?
mhm. I mean, on a regular day, I have approximately 3 hours, so like 3 sessions on the
Hmm.
ice, and then like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours every other day off the ice. That's very
Yeah, yeah.
approximate, a lot, but yeah, something like
And so
that. So,
now, like typical day of now with quarantine, what you doing?
so right now I'm almost done with school. I have like a couple more days of school left, so
Okay.
my focus is mostly on that. Otherwise, I've just been uh, spending time at home watching TV and
Hmm.
uh, nothing really. I have my bike and my roller skates here, so I'll roller skate and bike around outside a little bit. Try to get in, a couple, at least 40 minutes a day at the minimum to just kind of like to go around. I've been doing some exercise as well with my trainer. He's been sending me some routines to try to keep fit a little bit before we
Exact,
get.
exact. Yeah.
I think the issue most is just like because we haven't been doing so much, the hardest thing is not really getting our jumps back, but to be able to maintain 3 hours of work, because right
Exact.
now if I get back on the ice, 45 minutes I'm gonna be dead. So it's like I need to figure out a way to get back into like 3 hours later I still have energy to continue. So
Hmm.
I think once we have a little bit more of an idea of when we'll be able to get back on the ice, we'll
Exact.
start work like that.
And actually, do you have information like about the schedule of Grand Prix and everything, or they keep the
I don't
same?
know. I'm worried. I mean, I've heard that they're going to reevaluate pretty soon in the next
Hmm.
couple of weeks to determine whether Grand Prix are still happening. I hope so. I mean, even if it's like without an audience, just so that we can still continue competing, that would be great. But if the decision is final and they think that the Grand Prix should be postponed, I guess it's fine too.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I mean, fortunately, we still have Grand Prix like in the future years as well. So it's not like this is the last Grand Prix ever. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, they continue
Yeah,
and.
we'll see. And last consequence about this, so there was no Worlds this year.
Right.
how you feel that you was probably excited to do Worlds to show again
Yes.
last time your programs and everything.
Yeah.
So
No, of course.
are you gonna change? Are you gonna keep program? Like, what's your
Yeah,
mind
I
about
don't
this?
know. I mean, these are good questions. So I mean, as of now, I think that I want to get new programs. I'm just tired. Like after I do a program for a
Yeah.
year, I'm just like, dude, I'm
Uh-huh.
tired of it. I wanna switch. Even if it's like an amazing program, I still like I'm just like I want to do something new. So I think I'll talk to Shaylin and see if that's something that she's interested in doing, and hopefully she'll be able to come up with some new ideas. And then, but yeah, I mean, I was disappointed. It's always the only reason why we train is to compete, and so not being able to
Exactly.
compete is like why are we training?
Hmm.
And so I always get really excited to compete just because it's an opportunity for me to show like the work that I put into training. And of course, being able to compete against the best of the best is like the dream. That's what we're doing this for. So disappointed that I didn't get the chance to compete against with Yuzu and everything. So but it is what it is. It's something that we're all in together. So
For sure. For sure.
within next couple of competitions, we'll get more opportunities to do that.
Hmm. Yeah, but for sure that was like a big event that everybody's waiting,
Yeah.
and as a skater, that's tough. Also, I remember they didn't cancel in my time, but I don't know if you remember the earthquake in Japan.
Hmm. Hmm.
They postponed. I don't remember, but that was a
Yeah.
big thing because everybody gets ready for that. You had done the
Yeah.
last time, and
Yeah.
no, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure
that's
the
I think
reason
that's
that
part of it.
like,
That's the most annoying where you're like training to the
hmm
last day, and then they're like, no. If it's like 2 weeks before, it's like okay, whatever. But like
hmm
the fact that we're training so hard until the very last day, and they're like, nope. That's probably the most disappointing thing. But otherwise, it's okay.
All right, so now Nathan, you at school,
Yeah. Oh,
so
I'm
you're
not.
not in.
Yeah, I
Are
was.
you in
Yeah, I came back.
California
I
or
came
you?
home. Yeah, I
All
came
right,
home.
all right, okay. You with family and everything. Okay, everybody safe.
Everyone's safe. Yeah,
All
everyone's
right,
safe.
amazing.
How
Okay,
about you?
super, super. Yeah, everybody's safe.
Good.
Everybody, it's like 2 months now. We locked at home.
Are
It's
you in
tough,
France right now?
Yeah, I'm in France. I'm in France. I
Okay, gotcha.
in the Sophia's family. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
trying to, but for sure, we work for the academy, but at one point we have to create new program. We have
Right.
to be on ice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we are
yeah.
waiting. We are waiting. So Nathan,
Right.
let's talk about how you came to figure skating world. I want to see this Nathan when you was kid. So how
Yeah.
you start figure skating?
I started figure skating when I was a kid, like very young, 3 years old. And it was partly because of the 2002 Olympics. I was watching like Evgeny, Timothy Gable, these guys compete, and I thought that was really
All right,
cool.
because you born in Salt Lake City, so you was
Yeah,
living in Salt Lake City
exactly. Yeah. I
during the
was too young.
Olympics, right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
too
you was
young to
young,
go
right?
into the event, so they didn't allow babies into the event. So I had to watch on the TV, which is kind of annoying. But at least it happened in Salt Lake, so I got to see like what it looks like to be at the Olympics relatively, because I was in the city. Um, and then also my sisters and brothers loved. My brothers played hockey. My sisters liked to figure skate,
Oh,
but like very for fun,
uh-huh.
very recreationally. So when I was a kid, like I would go to the rink with them and just watch them skate. And I eventually ended up being like, "Hey, I want to try this myself." And my mom was like, "Well, you're kind of young, but we can try." And so I basically started like that, and
And so that
I
was from
felt,
your decision, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly. No, I mean,
Okay.
I loved it as soon as I stepped on the ice, and it was like, it was just, it was amazing because I was so small and the rink was so big, and there's just like so much ice. It
Hmm.
was so cool. So that's how I like started
All
liking the
right.
sport, and then from there I just
All right.
continued.
I also read that you didn't do only figure skating. You did
Hmm.
in the same time piano, gymnastics, a lot of
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
right?
of course. Yep.
So you know how to
Yeah.
play piano and
Yeah, I've forgotten a lot of a lot of the songs that I know how to play, but
okay.
if
Next
you
time
need
you have
to
to
I can
play
probably go.
something.
Um, but yeah, yeah. So I played piano a lot when I was a kid, and yeah, like you said, I did all these things. Um, yeah,
So
my
you
mom just
got
wanted to keep me busy.
why? Yeah, you were busy, right? Like how
Yeah,
you
yeah,
running school, running piano, running everything, or
yeah, yeah. So I was like, well, I mean, piano. I was just like at the end of the day, I'd practice for like 45 minutes an hour, and then
okay.
I would have. I think I had lessons like once a week. I don't remember exactly, but I
Hmm.
think about once a week I would have a piano lesson. I'd have ballet like 3 times a week, gymnastics like 3 times a week, skating every day. Um, of course, school every day.
But for sure,
Um,
it's a good combo, right? Like, do you
it was
feel
yeah,
it helps
I,
you a lot?
yeah, of course. I think it helped me for skating a lot. I didn't really like it that much. I wanted to do like more fun sports like hockey, like basketball, like football, stuff like that. But I'm glad that I did it. I think it helped me a lot, and I learned, I met a lot of cool people from it too. So
And how you, because okay, when you're kid, you do this for fun. In your head, what was the most, um, not the most, but the moment where you switch, okay, this is fun, and now, okay, this is my job.
right, right. Um, it like transformed. I don't know. It wasn't like one specific day that it happened or one
No, for
moment.
sure, but
I think it was just like I enjoyed it. I spent a lot of time, but at a certain point in my childhood, like before I like started landing anything or trying difficult elements, I was like I'm spending every day on the ice, and this is like no longer something that I just do as a hobby. It's becoming my life, you know. And so like I think that's as a kid I started to understand that, but I didn't really care. And then as I got older and I started competing and I started actually like winning novice and junior and or like internet or not internationals, but like novice levels, going into junior levels, that's when I realized, oh man, this is like more
getting
serious.
serious,
Like
yeah.
one, I'm good enough that I can compete against these guys that I had no idea I was going to be able to compete. And two, it's also like I'm starting to win. So now I have to like take it seriously. And if I want to continue going forward, I have to, continue putting in more effort. And I think, but even at that time, I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to compete against like you or like, the guys that were competing in the 2014 games. I was
Mhm.
like, there's no chance. Like, I'm still a little kid. There's no way I can do this. And not until I turned 16 and I landed flipping Lutz where I was like, okay, I have a chance now.
I
And so,
just saw in the live, sorry, Nathan, there is Alexei Yagudin saying hi.
hey, you're good.
Olympic
Big fan.
champion. So, yeah, let when did you move to Los Angeles?
I moved to LA when I was moving around when I was 12. So like I was still living in Salt Lake City, but I went to California like 4, 5, 6 times a year when I was 12, and then 13 I was like, all right, I'm just gonna move
But did you move alone or with family or?
with my mother.
Okay, with your mother. Okay, and that
Yeah.
was the same time as you switched coach or?
Yep, yep.
Okay,
So
okay,
I went to
yes.
California for Roth.
Okay,
Yep.
and your coach in Salt Lake City, I don't remember the name, Shani Shiva, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
sure.
Yeah, all right. Do you still have contact with her or?
If I see her at competitions, but mostly
Okay,
not much.
okay. Do you have like good memories about this time in Salt Lake City?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is, I jumped through like 3 or 4 different coaches when I was in Salt Lake City, and Jenny brought a lot to my skating. She taught me really how to train, especially when I was a little kid. If you don't have that structure, it's really difficult. I'm not going to come up with as a 10-year-old, 11-year-old kid. I'm not going to come up with my training program. I'm not going to be like today I need to do 3 programs, tomorrow I need to do these sets. Like I'm not going to do that on my own. So it was nice to be like
Definitely.
someone who just like sort of like whips you forward. Is like I don't care. Like I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you don't want to do it. Like you're doing it.
Uh-huh.
So I think having that sort of training was great when I was a kid. That's really what
Cool.
Salt Lake City brought for me.
She educates you a bit, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
and did
Helped
you
a lot.
do you still have in your head that's a personal question that did you switch mind about the quality, the intensity of practice years after years, or are you still from your kids like really professional, really focused on your job? Or
Hmm. It's definitely changed a lot. I think when I was a kid, I think you read and watch like a lot of like sport documentaries and sport like videos of people that have done amazing things in sport. And I think that like the most of it is true, but they only take snippets of when they were like the most successful and they were trying the hardest and like had crazy motivation. But like from I think all the real athletes that I know, they're not motivated every single day to, work extremely, extremely hard and push themselves to the absolute limit.
exact.
I think like you definitely need to have moments where you're able to do that, but the rest of it is like you need to understand the strategic platform behind it, like how to manage your energy, how to manage your time, how to manage, you know, your mental focus, and these are all things that I think the stronger athletes can do that for longer, but they can't do it forever. So you have to
Hmm.
understand like there's periods of time where you're like, okay, I need to recover, I need to rest, I need to give myself time to, you know, have fun, enjoy, just not be like so, focused on skating for a little bit, and then tomorrow I go straight back into that hard grind. So it's like there's a difference between, I think just learning how to balance between the two. Especially when I was a kid, like all I knew was like, okay, just go, 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 go. And then I got hurt, and then I got sick, and I got all these other
Exact,
things,
exact.
like
Me
lost. And then I was
too.
like, okay, well now I can't even train because I'm sitting at home trying to
Uh-huh.
recover.
The good balance,
Now
yeah.
it's like
Hmm.
now I have to like push myself to an extent where I'm like, okay, I'm here, but now I need to recover so that I can train again 2 days from now. And I
Hmm.
think
Exact.
that sort of training has changed.
And seeing you like talking like this with a lot of I don't know how you say in English, but you know, when you look like the situation from up,
Right,
you never think about being coach after your life, or
right. I
because
don't know.
now, but you know, with all this experience
Yeah,
you have, with all this
of course.
thing you used to control, like, did you ever
Right.
think about this or no?
I mean, it's possible. I think that like I would definitely like to share some of my knowledge with other skaters, but I don't think that I spent enough time at the rink that I don't think I want to spend the rest of my life at a rink. Yeah.
Okay, so your first competition, Nathan, was in 2003. Yeah,
Mhm.
2003.
Yeah.
You were 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember this competition or no?
I was scared. I was so scared. That's the only thing I remember. I remember being freaked out the entire time, but
Do you remember if you
uh,
won or no?
yeah, I think so. Or I
Ah,
think I
cool.
was competing by myself or something. I
Ah,
think I was
me
like
too.
the
You
only
know
guy
what?
that was
Exactly. I want to tell this. My first competition, same when people ask me, I say, yeah, but I was alone.
yeah, dude, like there's no guys. Like I can't compete against anyone.
All right. So after that, yeah, let's have a step. So we will start in 2009.
Hmm.
US novice champion, 10
Hmm.
years old, and
Uh-huh.
you're the youngest US champion from all times. So is there because I don't know US novice at this time. That was tough to be US champion.
Man, you did your research. Holy crap.
Oh yeah.
uh, yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it because I remember at the time I was like when I was juvenile intermediate, I was competing against Jason Brown and Jay Ostanta, who both had double axles, and I had like
Hmm.
barely double lutz at the time. So and I was like, there's no chance that I have to compete against these guys. But fortunately, they went up to juniors like well before I was novice. So they were
Okay.
competing junior worlds, junior Grand Prix, even junior Grand Prix final when I was competing novice. So like they were already ahead of me, so I didn't have to worry about trying to compete against them.
Hmm.
And the kids that I were competing against were good, but they definitely were at a lower level than these guys as well. I think most of them had triples, but I think that the only reason why I was able to win was because of how well my trainer trained me. That I did so many programs, so many run throughs, so many sets. And
So
as
you
a
was
kid, like
ready
I'm
for that,
not
right?
triple down, triple toe, so it's okay. Like I can do a lot of sets. I don't have to like be that strategic. I can try to push
Hmm.
myself through it. Like if now I train the same way, I would just after a week I'd have a new injury. So it's so different.
Got it.
But
Uh-huh.
definitely that was what allowed me to even I made a bunch of mistakes, but my program was so clean throughout. Like I knew exactly every single moment. I knew what to do with my hands, what to do with my head, what to do with my legs. That like we
Yeah,
trained
like a
that so
robot. So programming.
exactly. I just
Uh-huh.
like turned into I absolutely was a robot, even though I made a couple mistakes, which I was not very happy about. But I made those mistakes and still was able to win because everything else was so like just like so nitpick, so like clean.
Hmm. I
Um,
know that two things. This is totally different question, but I would
mhm.
like for if you can explain how you go to national in US because this is totally different system as European. And I
Yeah.
also know that I mean I know you a bit, and I talk also with Romain, and
Mm-hmm. Of
and you very I mean you love what you're doing and everything, but
course.
when we talk for example about program, you will be directly critical to you know what I mean. No, I
Yeah.
did this mistake, this is not perfect, this is, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. So
Right.
first, if you can answer this question, like how you get to national championship in US.
Mhm. So it starts with so basically in the US we have two types of competitions. We have non-qualifying competitions and qualifying competitions. Non-qualifying competitions are just like competitions you sign up, you pay money, you compete. Qualifying competitions are for the purpose of getting to nationals. So we start with something called regionals, where the U.S. is split up into different regions. I don't remember
Okay.
exactly how many, I think maybe 4 or 5 regions. And then you have to place top four in your division to get to sectionals, which is the next step. Sectionals is split amongst three sections, and then you have to get top four again as well there to get into nationals. And then once you're nationals, then you've made it. But that's basically the steps. I think it's changed a little bit now because before they used to have junior nationals, but now they don't have
Okay.
junior nationals. So I don't know exactly how it works. Because now when I compete, if we have a conflict with regionals or sectionals, or we won nationals the year before, we just go straight to nationals.
All
So I
right.
haven't competed at regionals or sectionals in quite a while. But those are the steps.
Yeah, so it's so you travel the whole country, right?
Yeah,
So you
exactly.
used to,
Yeah, so,
okay, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because for us it's not the same. But
Mhm.
okay, and yeah, also your this character to be always critical. Do you think it's just let me know why you like this.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I think it's just because of the way I was like raised by my parents, by my
Exactly.
family. Like we have to be happy that about our successes. You know, we're like proud of what we've
For
done,
sure. Hmm.
but we never can stop improving. And I think that just I hate having the idea that like I'm cocky or that I think I'm the best in the world because I think that there's always things that I can improve
Exactly.
on. And, like
Uh-huh.
I don't want to put myself on that pedestal. I want to still keep myself grounded and continue working and continue trying to improve because I feel like that's the best way to be. Ultimately, I think my goal is just to be better than I was the day before. And
Hmm.
so in order to do that, I have to look back and see, oh, I did do good here. I didn't do good this. Like these are things that I need to improve on to be better the next day. So I think I like to focus on things like that rather than being like, oh, like I won some event that happened in the past, but I didn't. So ultimately, it's just like
And
I
for example, when you break this world record and when you
yeah,
world champion, is
right.
there is one moment you say, "Oh, I did," or there is still something that you can do better
I mean,
for you?
there's always things that I definitely focus more on the things that I did bad than the things that I did good. Like I love to watch it and like I go back and like, oh, I did that really well. And, like I note it and I'm like, that was good.
Hmm.
But also another thing is the things that I do well does not mean that I'll do the exact same thing well the next day. I could hit like a really nice quad sow and the next day I can't land a single one. So it's like, what happened in the past stays in the past. I just got to
Yeah,
keep moving
exactly.
forward.
And actually, it's a good thing that you're saying this. You have no problem to watch yourself in YouTube or old
Mhm.
video. You have no problem with this?
Yeah, no, no, I don't really. Yeah,
Cool,
the only
cool.
thing is that like when I do watch myself, it's like I'm so critical that I can't enjoy like what I'm doing. I'm just like that was bad, that was bad, that was bad. So I don't watch myself unless I'm trying to be like I need to improve on what I did in the past.
No, but still, that's good. Yeah, if it makes you
Yeah,
improve. All right.
mhm.
Okay, so let's move 2011, 2012.
Amazing.
You switched coach.
Hmm. Yep.
For you, it was a big move, or like how you felt? Because as a kid, you used to work with one person. It's
Uh-huh.
probably a big thing, no?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, also Roth's training method is just so different.
How you
Because
met Raf, actually?
so I had a coach, I had a jumping coach. His name, um, uh, or he was based in Utah, or he was based in Wyoming actually. Um, his name is Aka Manukian. He had a son named Gev. But anyways, he was a jump coach based in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And I remember I did like some show or something there, competition maybe. And he would come to Salt Lake a lot. And he was he I actually don't really remember how we had like connection with him, but some way or another we had a connection. And he would help me
Hmm.
work on jumps. And he's good friends with Ralph, so he was like, I don't want to force you one way or another, but I know a great coach who could definitely help you more than I can help you, and
Okay,
more than like the people that are currently helping you. He's like, just try it. Like if it works, if it helps you, then awesome. If it doesn't, then who cares? Just come back home. So I
exactly.
was like, okay, I guess it's like. And at the time, like I kind of felt like I was being taught really well how to train and how to get better from like just preparing for competitions and how to get program run throughs in. But I wasn't really improving much when it came to jumps. Triple axle was like just not there. Triples were really, 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 really inconsistent. So I needed someone who could like give me a little bit better technical advice, I'd
Hmm.
say.
Hmm.
And Roth was definitely that person. So he completely changed my approach to skating and my approach to technique.
Yeah, we can see this for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so after, okay, we're gonna step. So do you start in junior? The year after, you turned it in junior worlds.
Mm-hmm.
2014 national debut senior. You're not on the podium yet, but
Yep.
you
Yep.
you still first at junior worlds. 15,
Uh-huh.
16 junior final champion.
Uh-huh.
We have the same title. That's
Hey,
good.
I like that.
And after this is interesting because okay, you final champion, but you have injury.
Mm-hmm.
How
Yeah.
it was? That was your first injury, or
I had smaller injuries. So like the year that I junior worlds first year, I broke my hand. So I was competing with a cast on. Junior Worlds 2014. I had a heel injury, so it was difficult to
because you
tap
did
for the,
surgery, right?
that one I did not need surgery for
Ah,
my heel.
okay, okay,
And then the next year, yeah, that year when I did that at nationals, then I needed surgery.
all right. That was quick for you after to go back to good feelings on ice, or
It was, yeah, I would say so. I mean, I spent a lot of time. It was a similar situation as now, except for I had a gym then, which was nice. But I had surgery almost immediately after nationals, and then I spent maybe 3 months to just rehab, to get physical therapy, to get the problem is after you get the surgery, a lot of scar tissue builds up, so then you hit like rock hard. So we needed to do a lot of like manual therapy to loosen up the scar tissue, and allow me to get my ranges of motion. So then from there, after I was able to get cleared from from rehab, or from physical therapy, I went into rehab and I went into start training. So I then went to Colorado Springs. We have the U.S. Olympic Training Center we have three, and we have one. The main hub is in Colorado Springs. So I went there to start training, and I started working with my trainer every single day off the ice, and slowly, I was allowed, 15 minutes of skating on the ice, no jumps, just stroking. And then, a week later, then we have 30 minutes of skating, but now you can do some turns and you can do other things. And then like so on and so forth, week by week by week, I was able to start getting things back. So it took a while before I was allowed to. It was more. I think it was more about me just not being allowed to do things, because someone would come to the rink with me and monitor me, because they were like, "We don't trust you. We know you're gonna do something crazy. So we need to make sure that you're just doing what you're allowed to do." So I think it was mostly that they prevented me from doing things, but it took me a long time. But as soon as they were like, "Okay, fine, you can jump," I was like, "All right, I got everything." And within like a couple, not long, I was able to do everything again.
All right. So after that, I think yes, 2016, 2017, senior international debut. So fourth in Grand Prix of France, second in Japan, second at final, just after Yuzuru, US champ, first time, and four continent champion, and you finished sixth at Worlds. So that's I guess, tell me if I'm wrong, but it's the first big season, right?
Yep. That was that was my first real senior season. I competed at real championships. That was a fun season. It was a lot of ups and downs already in the season. Like, as you said, like fourth at France. I remember that I like didn't have triple axel then, so my I had quad flip, I had quad lutz, but like my axle was just so terrible. So I just did double axles there. Long was pretty shaky, and then I went to Japan. I was able to get things together a little bit, and I think that was the first time really that I competed against Yuzu, so that was pretty sick. And I like didn't think that I had a chance to compete against him, because I like saw him, as an idol when I was a kid, and I was like, oh man, this guy's crazy. And then I like got the chance to actually meet him up close and be like, wow, this is how he skates, this is how he does things. This is really cool. And then finally, I was so shocked that I made the final. I wasn't expecting that, but I was training really well. I was at home, and I was like, wow, maybe I have a chance to actually, not get last place. I was like, I just don't want to get last. If I can get not last, I'll be pretty happy. And so I was like super shocked that I got second there.
And so finally to meet all these guys, like what you're saying, that to be part of the game, being with Yuzuru, competing against like idol and everything.
Right.
For you, did you feel like at the beginning, like, wow, I'm in a dream? Or do you feel like, no, I have to be pro, I have to do my job, and that's it?
At first, it was like, oh man, this is a dream. This is like unbelievable. But it also helps because at the time when I was at that season, I spent a lot of time training with Chen. And so I felt more comfortable. He was also at that final with me, so I just felt comfortable being hit with him, because I saw him as a friend, as a mentor, as a companion almost. And so that helped me stay grounded and helped me stay like, okay, we train together. We have done this many times. And this is just another competition simulation. We would always do competition simulations where he would do a program, then I would do it. We would do like a 6-minute warm up, get off the ice. He does a program, step off the ice. I do a program, step off the ice, and like a bunch of other dancers would do the same with us. So I was like, okay, this is just another simulation. Like, this is nothing new. Although there's these new faces that are doing amazing things.
Exactly.
But Chen was one of them. He was one of my idols as well growing up. So it helped me have that sort of like practice with a professional to get in that stage.
And, like, okay, and what was the most difficult thing for you to manage when you arrived in this kind of ice rinks with like 20,000 people, TV, journalists, expectation? What was the most difficult thing for you to manage?
I think practices were the hardest, because I would definitely get too excited and get too just like determined to land things, and I would try too hard, and I would get a little bit too tired and maybe fall a little bit too hard just because I like wanted to land things, and so staying focused and calm during those practices, I think, was the hardest part. But as competition goes, like as soon as competition happens, most of the time I'm able to focus pretty well. unless it's some weird situation, in which case I can't focus. But I've learned to sort of like bring myself back into a mode of focus when I'm competing. But yeah, I think that the hardest thing was just like getting used to practices, because like I'm not used to having that much attention on practices.
And for you, for example, so if in practice you like 100% ready, you like totally
Yeah.
programmed, in competition, it's gonna be the same
hmm
for
Mostly,
you,
I
or
mean, it's yeah, mostly, but you know, things can always change. Like sometimes I'll have
exactly.
an amazing 20-minute warm up, an amazing 6-minute warm up, and then the program is terrible. And sometimes I can have like terrible, like I can't land any jumps in the 20-minute warm up. In the 6-minute warm up, my jumps are all over the place, but I'm able to focus and bring myself together, and then the program's awesome. So it's like most of the time, I mean, that's like those are like rare situations, but most of the time, yes, it's true that like when the practices are good, my competitions are pretty good because I have that confidence. But I can't rely on that, because if I start relaxing, then yeah, the program goes to crap.
Exactly. So that's also, now as a coach, it's a big question, like how you manage competition after competition to doing this kind of performance with this high quality of practice, not practice, high quality of competition, high quality of
Uh-huh.
program. How you, yeah, how you control this, when you arrive, okay, another competition, another world championship, or another, let's say, Olympics, you
Mhm.
here alone, face to judges, music,
Yeah.
what you tell you in mind, like, are you like totally confident, like, okay, let's go step by step, or are you like,
Uh-huh.
okay, little bit of stress, Can you tell
Yeah,
us
I mean,
more
I'm
about this?
stressed, dude. I'm always just stressed out. But there's like a few things that I try to get done before competition. One is like connect with like Roman or one of my friends, because that helps me settle. That's like gives me a sense of reality, of normality. That it's
Exactly.
like this competition is happening, but the rest of the world is continuing on just as normal. So it's like not this competition doesn't change the world at all. And then two, it's like enjoy it. Like I find that like it's super cliche, and people told me this when I was a kid. Like, oh, you have to have fun, you have to enjoy it, but the reality of the situation is that you do have to enjoy it. Like I don't have that many
Hmm.
competitions in my life. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
could
a
probably
chance,
count the number
exactly.
of, you can totally count the number of competitions you have in your entire career. So it's nuts to be able to think that like, oh, maybe 5-10 years from now, like I'm gonna be done competing. So I have to remember to like enjoy it. And I think that once I'm able to be like, wow, this arena, like I'm performing from this tons of people, this arena is sick, like this is amazing. And like to just enjoy that instead of being so like scared, like, oh, but what if I make a mistake? What if I do this? What if
Exactly.
and then
Oh,
you just start
yes.
like once you start thinking about that, and it just happens, and then you're like, oh man, I start falling on this, falling on this. I've never fallen on this, but now I'm falling on it. So I think being able to just like enjoy it more,
Yeah,
and I
it's a
think
very good message also for all the skaters who are
yeah,
watching, because that's
yeah,
the key of our sport. For sure, this is difficult. We practice hard, but
yeah,
when we have this chance to be face to a lot of people, it can be million, it can be 4 people. We have a
yeah,
chance to share amazing moments and just enjoy.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
that's the key. You're totally right, Nathan. So
yeah,
let's talk quickly about this Olympic here.
yep,
So you won both Grand Prix, you won final,
yep,
US champ. Looks
right,
like everything amazing.
yeah, of course.
And so what happened in this short program? Let's talk just quickly, and maybe it's not like what's happened, but what's make you improve now? Okay,
Of
for
course,
missing this short program.
of
That's
course,
most.
yeah. Um, yeah, I think like you said, because I had such a great season, I was expecting, oh yeah, for sure, like I can win this games. Like not thinking that's easy, like I got this, but like I can do it. I have the goods to be able to win this. And I think having that sort of high expectation of myself helped me push myself in practices, but it pushed me too far where I was like, I didn't have time to rest and have time to recover. And I think the biggest thing that I learned from that competition was just how to recover, how to give myself time to recover and relax and sort of just refresh myself before training, because I would train, 200% every single day, and I just like burnt out by the time I got to the games. I got to the games so like just scared, and I was like, I didn't feel like myself. Like every time I went into a quad lutz, I was like, I'm gonna fall. Like I'm either gonna pop or fall,
Okay.
but I don't know how to land this jump. And it's just because I think it was really just because I was just so tired and just mentally so drained. And actually bombing the short program helped me like just set up for the long program and be like, screw it. Like you have nothing to lose now. Just like stop worrying about winning. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna make the podium. You're not gonna do any of this. Just finish this competition. And having that was like, okay, man, like I at least it was
Comeback
just
of
like
the
so
century,
refreshing.
right?
Yeah, just like the weight of the world, just like I felt was lifted off my shoulders, and I just felt so much more free. And I think that's something that I like need to like hold on to as I go forward.
Yeah, you man, for sure. And just to say, people, I'm sure a lot of people know, but you was 17 in the short. You won the free skate. Okay, you
Yeah.
didn't finish on the podium, but come
Yeah.
on, you won the free skate. So
Yeah.
so what is this memory? Yeah, sorry for my English, but
No
which
worries.
memories you have from the Olympics now that you moved on and everything? Is
Yeah.
it still positive or?
Oh, of course, yeah. It's still a great experience, and it was such a great experience that I want to live it again. Like I want to make that
Mhm,
next Olympic team and get another chance to compete.
mhm. Okay, Nathan. How you also manage this kind of famous thing? You know, a lot of sponsor.
Hmm.
I'm sure in US you got famous, and did you stay calm with this? I'm sure
Yeah.
yes, but
Yeah.
it was a big thing, right?
I mean, saying that I'm famous in the U.S. is a stretch, but yeah, I mean, it's cool that I was able to get all these endorsements. My agent helped me a lot to get all these endorsements, and it helped me a lot because like growing up, I was not wealthy, like I didn't have much money, and so it was challenging to be able to afford skating, coaching, all these different things. Even just like I remember moving to California and even paying for an apartment was almost impossible. I ended up getting this tiny little place with my mom, like just like no room to move, but it was all we
Hmm.
could afford at the time because that's what we had. And so having then fast forward a couple years later, where I was like, okay, now I'm like on track to maybe making the Olympic team, and now I'm starting to get all these sponsors, like Olympic sponsors, and being able to now afford being to pay for an apartment and for even like gas and good food and all these different things.
Uh-huh.
That was awesome, and
Yeah,
it
it's a
felt
lot of
great.
sacrifice. Uh-huh.
You know?
So yes, and just to finish this season, because for sure
Mhm.
there was okay this story about Olympics, but Olympics it's always a story. It's nothing like normal in Olympics. We know this. This world title
Mhm.
again, one more time. No, not again. The first one. The first one.
Yep. Yeah, after the games was my first Worlds.
Uh-huh, the first
Uh,
one.
yep.
So yeah, bravo again. 2018,
Thanks,
you
man.
moved to this school. I'm trying to do
Yep.
quick because it's a lot of things to tell, but I
Yeah.
want to
Okay.
show people that all what you manage, it's crazy. And so
Thanks, man.
in 18, 19, you moved to this school, Yale.
Yeah.
So it's a big change, man, that you told us.
Uh,
Um, so you still careful about what's gonna happen in the future. So
of
this is
course.
important, also a message to say.
Of course.
Um, Only one thing about managing school and skating.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel stronger doing this?
Yeah, I would say so. I have more confidence that I'm able to take more on my plate, you know.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can. I mean, anyway, we can see this season, even with
yeah,
the school, you won
uh,
both Grand Prix, you won final, and you won
yeah,
Worlds in
uh,
Japan. It was
uh,
a big thing and an amazing fight with Yuzo. I will always seriously remember this
uh,
competition. I don't, since I stopped skating, I have time to watch. When I was skater, I didn't watch a lot, but I will remember this competition forever. Seriously, this fight
yeah.
was amazing. So
It was
bravo. This season you cannot finish, but still you won the two Grand Prix, you won the final also. So also big things.
thanks, man.
For you, what I don't know if you can tell, but for you, what was your biggest victory?
Oof, my biggest victory. Uh, that's hard to say. I mean, I'm really proud of all the competitions that I've won, but I
Mhm,
think honestly, just being able to one is like being able to get back from get back from injury and from surgery and then continue competing. I thought that was a big like a big victory on my part because after the injury, I was like, oh man, what if I lose all my quads? This is gonna suck.
mhm.
Like I don't know what's gonna happen, you know. So it was just really like it just felt great to be able to be like, okay, I can get back on the ice and land more jumps than I had
Mhm.
before I got injured. And then of course short program after the short at the Olympics, you know, I learned so much, you know, and I think that
All
was by
right.
far like the most accomplishing feelings.
And can you tell what was the best program for you?
My best program. I mean, man, I
I'm sure
love
you
like no matter
love,
what
yeah, but
through and through. I love I love my short from the games. Although it wasn't perfect, I love that program.
okay, cool.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so let's finish
Okay.
because I received a lot of questions. So I'm gonna give you some question and
Okay.
try to tell the truth. So
Okay.
let me see, because I prepare everything. So we have a kid in our school. He's 6 years old. The name is
Okay.
Arpad, and
Okay.
the question is, what is your favorite color?
What is my favorite color? I love blue. Blue is my
You
favorite
love
color.
blue. Their sister, because we have all the family. I explained there is the brother is like 6, Nora, she's 5, and Yulia, she's 10. So Nora, she asked you, do you like candies and strawberry ice cream?
I do like candy. I do like strawberry ice cream, actually. Those are good questions.
Yulia, 10 years. Do you have something special that gives you luck in competition?
I put my skates on in like a very specific manner. I put like, one sock on, the other sock on, then this skate, and then this skate. That's the only thing that I do. Otherwise, um, I mean, as much as you can, just rely on your friends to give you luck, and then you got to do your job.
Cool. So another question. So how are you able to manage your time for so many things?
Um, Calendars. I think writing it down helps a lot.
All right. How you feel before your program music starts in competition?
Very scared, like very nervous. I feel like my heart is like gonna like jump out of my chest. But as soon as the music starts,
For my skater, he feel good. He feel
it feels awesome. No,
confident.
sorry, no, I feel amazing. I feel so ready, so confident.
What kind of cardio exercise you recommend?
I like biking a lot. If you have roller skates right now, roller skating is awesome.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Tips for quads.
Tips for quads. Work on technique. Work on the little technique. The fundamentals of the jump. Before there's no point in just running and smashing your face into a wall. When you're working on quads, work on the technique. Figure out how to jump over, and then you can go from there.
Okay, it looks easy.
Yeah.
Favorite song?
Favorite song? That's a good question. There's a band called Saint Motel that I'm really into. Four
Okay.
Elise is really good, yeah. But
Okay,
changes.
this question you don't have to answer. Are you single?
Am I single? I mean, that's gonna be up to the gods to decide.
Will you go to this is a good question actually. Will you go to university before Olympics?
I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I have not decided yet.
All right. So thank you, Nathan. Now I have a little game for you. We prepare. You have. It's called this or that. So you choose. I tell you 2 things. You choose.
Yep.
So, Insta or Snapchat?
Insta.
Tupac or Biggie?
Oh man, I'm gonna skip this one. I don't want no beef.
Pizza or burger?
Pizza.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Axel or Lutz?
Lutz.
Off-White or Supreme?
Off-White.
Cristiano or Messi?
I'm American, bro.
I know.
I'm gonna say Cristiano though.
Spin or step?
Step.
Jordan or Yeezy?
Jordan.
Beach or swimming pool?
Beach.
Michael Jordan, LeBron James?
Ooh. MJ.
Yeah,
MJ.
Movies or series?
Series.
Nicki or Cardi?
Probably Cardi.
Musique or cinéma?
Cinema.
Titanic or Gladiator?
Wait, what was the first one?
Titanic, the movie Titanic or Gladiator?
Gladiator.
Leonardo DiCaprio or Brad Pitt?
Leo.
Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Oof. Ferrari.
NBA or NHL?
NBA.
Apple, Samsung?
Apple.
Ballet, hip hop?
Hip hop.
TV, internet?
Internet.
And Batman or Joker?
Joker.
Okay, cool.
Big Joker.
So Nathan, we done. I really
Amazing.
one more time want to tell you thank you. I hope all the people there is 1,000 questions, but we cannot do. I hope we will do another one another day. Thank you very, very much, Nathan. It was a pleasure to have you. Seriously.
Thank you, man. No, thank you. It's an honor to be here. So
I hope you had a good
job,
time with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a great time.
Thank you very much, Nathan. Take care. Be
Of
safe.
course, you too.
All your family, be safe, guys, and I hope to see you very soon.
Yep. You too, man.
Bye bye,
See you
Nathan.
soon.
Thank you.
Yep. Of course. See ya.
Guys, I hope you enjoy. That was for you. Sorry, that was thousands of questions, guys, but I was trying to be quick because we have only 1 hour in Instagram. I hope we will do another one soon. and we're gonna have big surprise with this kind of interview. Next one will be amazing. I wish you all the best, guys. See you very soon. Bye bye.